Here are Ryan's top 3 favorite wrestlers. Number 3, Will Ospreay. Number 2, Kenny Omega. Number 1, Master Wada. No way, that can't be right. Damn! Now back to Jack and Ryan on the MonsterCast.
Let's talk about our monster review for Survivor Series War Games. It was only 5 matches. Let's throw the predictions up there. The prediction records. I am still your prediction champion. We tied 4-1 apiece. We only picked different on the War Games matches, so I guess you can guess what happened on those. We both got one right and one wrong. Let's talk about it though. Let's start with the non-War Games matches. All right. Let's talk about Gunther and Miz for the IC title.
It was good, but there was not a single near fall that I bid on. Because the whole time I'm just like, he's not winning. He's not winning. Even with the low blow skull crushing finale, I did not bite on that even fucking remotely. I was like, okay, he's gonna kick out. But it was a good match overall for what it was.
Yeah, shout out to Gunther because I just read an article where he named my current favorite wrestler as the hardest chop he's ever taken.
Oh, Penta?
Penta. That he instantly started bleeding as soon as he got chopped. He said, "What the fuck?" I looked down and was like, "What the fuck just happened?" So yeah, that was awesome. Anyway, so yeah, Gunther was obviously going to retain. I mean, we got all three of these are right. Now, were you surprised that Santos beat Dragon Lee pretty handedly in that match?
A little bit. I was surprised with how one-sided it kind of was. It kind of seemed. Felt bad for Dragon Lee. I guess it kind of makes sense in storyline because he was like a last-minute backup or whatever, but still.
Yeah, usually that goes bad for the person that he's going into because they know who Dragon Lee know who he's stepping in to fight. Santos was preparing for Carlito.
Well, that's
and not Dragon Lee.
Show, but, yeah. That's not how it works.
Definitely two different people or styles and shit like that. All right, and then Rhea obviously beating Zoe Stark, which I found was a much more competitive match than I initially thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised at how much they gave her too. But yeah, that was a good match too. It seemed like the amount of time it took for her to finally get a fucking riptide was the story of the match. She just like couldn't fucking get one going. But yeah, no, that was cool. I like the face paint deal too. That was neat. But
I need that Rhea Ripley action figure. Need that Rhea Ripley action figure.
I was wondering if they're gonna do one with Edge with his half face paint from AEW.
Or yeah, like they did with the CM Punk 3-pack with Darby and Sting. They might do the same thing with them.
Yeah, because his actually looked way cooler than Punk's did.
Yeah, that's because Punk tried to do the surfer Sting with black hair. But yeah, the other thing is I feel like that 3-pack would cost more because they got the trench coats too. So I don't know.
Oh, no. Big $59.99, baby.
All right, and then let's talk the 2 War Games matches. We'll start with the women's one because that started the show. No turn yet, but obviously the seeds have been planted. Bayley did take the pin somehow, miraculously. Ryan got this one right. This is the one you got right?
I believe actually, yes, because I picked I picked Orton causing fuck ups on the other team.
Yeah, so Ryan got this one right. I got this one wrong. I picked Damage Control to win this because I thought they were gonna take it a little bit further before they turn because Dakota's still not technically back from injury yet. So I was thinking they were going to wait for her to come back first. There's a lot of people not talking about this, but Io, Asuka, and Kairi could turn on both of them. They could turn on both of them.
Yeah, they could.
Because, there's no way Bayley's fighting 3 partners with Mercedes not being there.
It is weird that they had Dakota Kai out there and didn't just, she'll help her get a table in the ring or whatever. She'll help Asuka, I think it was Asuka, get a table in the ring and do all that shit. But then why not just have her actually become part of it, make it a fucking 4-on-5? That makes more sense. Like, obviously, they were booking them to lose, so it wouldn't make sense. But storyline-wise, kayfabe-wise, you have another fucking person who's with you guys out there. Just fucking let her get in the ring.
A couple of nitpicks from this match. The fans, for one. We don't need tables in every fucking match, dude. Okay? We don't. Yeah. I don't need you chanting for tables every time somebody comes down to the ring. They go grab a weapon that's not a table and you start booing them because, you got a War Games fucking match. It's a double cage, double ring fucking match. and you're complaining about tables. Shut up.
The funny thing is, they did a table in the men's match, and it wasn't even that like good of a spot. Who gives a shit? The thing is, tables, I feel like,
the safest weapon that's used.
Yeah, it's way overblown. The table, it's a neat visual, but I don't really give a fuck about somebody going through a table. It's not. You watch somebody go through a table enough times, and it's like.
Did you pop more for MJF popping his fucking hip out of place on Jay White, or did you pop more for the fucking table spot on War Games? Like, let's be real.
Right, exactly. Yeah, MJF doing the jump to the outside without a table to break his fall is way sicker than I put somebody through a table in a War Games match where you're already surrounded by all
MJF RKO
fucking
to the outside, straight to the ground was sicker than a fucking table spot.
The fucking cutter, except for the fact that it completely no-sold his leg injury to do the run-up, but whatever. But
he put all he had into that last little run, dude. It was his last burst.
Then he should have sold it after he landed.
The last burst effort.
Yeah, whatever. He could have limped along. I don't know. I wasn't a fan of that spot because it completely undermined the whole fucking injury point of the match. But whatever. I mean, it looked
that
cool
he didn't get enough height on it because he was selling his leg so much. He did skim the top rope. He didn't make it. He didn't clear it.
Yeah, it's because his ass is 5'8".
That's because his leg hurt, guy. Leave him alone.
Yeah. Okay.
His leg has a boo boo.
Yeah. All right. Look, I love MJF, but it was just not it didn't make sense in the match.
All right, what grade are we giving the women's War Games match?
Like a.
It's not the best one for sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad either. The EO trash can spot was interesting. I guess she's done it before, but what did you think about all the Becky Charlotte shit in it?
I don't have a problem with it. I don't know where the hell they're like going with it in the future. Well, I really hope they don't fucking have another feud or
they had like a really exciting
tag team run or something. I don't fucking know. I think Becky's gonna be the next challenger for Rhea Ripley, like the legit challenger that could take it off of her. So like Charlotte's on a different brand anyway. So maybe if it's time, it's fine for a one night thing.
I thought that it was a little bit overdone because it's not like they had issues in the match. The one thing that it actually led to a problem with was they did a head bump spot where one person had to run around behind Becky like she didn't fucking see her and then push her in. So
you see Io Sky's forehead from the Charlotte moonsault?
Yeah. It looked like her chin or her knee popped her right on the fucking top of the head. I will say that
Charlotte and Kyrie need to stop being in the same ring together.
They
are not. There's no chemistry whatsoever between those two.
Yeah, no, the moonsault spot, Io definitely caught Charlotte's right leg on top of the head.
It would have been crazy if she would have caught Kyrie instead of Io, because that would have been like the cherry on top of like Jesus Christ, dude. Like, but for real, like when she first came in, when Charlotte first came in and started fighting Kyrie, dude, they were not on the same page at all.
When the moonsault spot happened, I was watching Io on the ground to see it. Like, oh, is she fucking concussed? Because I
thought she was concussed too. Yes,
hit her on top of the fucking head. But she seemed alright. Well, she seemed okay when she was getting out. She wasn't moving weird. She was doing the spots right afterwards. So
I'm gonna give it a B for the women's War Game match.
I was gonna give it like a star rating.
I'm just gonna a
C plus or B minus. I wasn't really sure. Because it wasn't.
I had to watch the matches. I had to watch the match more than once to do a star rating. But like, if I'm grading the match, I'm just say B.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I would probably do like B minus, so it still kind of averages out to a B anyway. But
I mean, Shotzi did good. Shotzi didn't break her neck, so that was good.
Shotzi is
not for lack of trying, but she didn't break her neck, so that's good.
The thing with Shotzi to me is like it's almost like she feels like she doesn't belong there, so it makes me feel like she doesn't belong there. Like it feels like she's playing a character. It feels like she's like she doesn't believe that she's as good as everybody else in the ring with her, and it's like a weird insecurity that kind of shows through. That's clearly not meant to be part of her character all the time, but it's still there. So it kind of takes me out of
looking at the rest of the people in that match. It's going to be hard for any of those that eighth person to be in there and not feel that way.
Yeah, but you're there, right? So
yeah, but unless that shit was Mercedes or Naomi or some shit, like that's just not going to happen. Who else is on the roster that's going to besides Rhea? Who's going to step in there and be like, oh yeah, I belong here on that roster?
The person you got booked there, so you belong there. That's the way I look at it. You gotta, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even Undertaker and Ric Flair lost confidence at one point. Not to say that she ever had it, but I mean, I feel like she had confidence in NXT. She was doing some crazy shit in NXT, dude.
Yeah.
All
right, men's match.
Oh yeah, men's match. What grade are we giving this one? Because I mean, it felt like we were doing the same thing as the women's match. A lot of the same weapons in the same order and a lot of that stuff. Table at the end, like what the hell?
Actually, there wasn't a lot of weapon use in this one. Like it happened, but it wasn't like a major part of the match or anything. There's obviously the table spot and stuff, but like this wasn't like a very weapon heavy War Games match at all, which is fine. It's not like the first couple War Games matches in history. It's not like there were weapons of those, right? I don't remember.
Are you surprised Rhea didn't get more involved than what Dakota did in her match?
What do you mean?
Dakota got a lot more involved in that War Games match than Rhea did in this one.
I was like, it's a men's match. I forgot. Yeah, Judgment Day. Oh, you know what? Which one of us said the thing about him trying to do the cash in the middle of the match? Was that you or me? I don't remember.
I think I made a joke about it. I wasn't saying it seriously. Yeah. But I mean, it happened and then it didn't happen, so it doesn't matter. Happened.
Yeah. But yeah, no. I mean, surprise, not really, I guess.
Can I ask a question? I just want to ask this because if you literally don't say Orton's name on Raw, but you allude to him heavily, then Damian Priest or Rhea Ripley comes out with the briefcase to do this Damian Priest cash in that was clearly a plan.
And you know spot. He's coming out.
Why didn't Punk be the one to fucking intercept it? And then he could have started a feud right away with either Damian Priest or somebody else in the Judgment Day. You could still have Randy be the fourth person. Or fifth person, rather. Yeah, fifth person. But you could have had Punk stop that. Like, that would have been crazy to me.
But what would his motivation be? Why does he give a fuck? Why does he give a fuck who's the
Because
champion?
He wants to be the one to take it off of Rollins instead.
I don't think Rollins wants to work with him.
I don't either, but that's not the point here. The point is we're mad because there's nothing that was set up in the pay-per-view. I'm giving something to be set up at the pay-per-view to look forward to.
Well, if they wanted to do that, the way to do it would be everybody
have Orton come out first and then have the cash in try to be happening before that or after Orton came out already. Because like if Punk comes out and does that, you still have Orton to come out and then it kind of takes the shine away from Orton. So you have to have Orton come out first.
It'd be Judgment Day winning the match and then try to do the cash in after the match with all five of them beating down.
Yeah, that could have worked too. But then you would have been right, and I can't have that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you wanted to make his arrival make sense,
well, the best way would have just not had Punk there at all.
You have them win, and at the end you have them tie up a couple of the guys to ropes or whatever, so they can't help. It's like a fucking 5-person beatdown on Rollins, and then you have Rhea run out with the briefcase to do the cash in, and then Punk's music hits. And he comes down to the ring to stop it, and they all fucking scatter. Like, that would be something where the booking would actually fucking make sense for him to be there, instead of him just coming out and waving and do. Like, that is...
I don't look forward to Jim Cornette's thoughts on pretty much anything anymore.
Anything, yeah.
But he was very... complimentary of AEW's handling of CM Punk's debut. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to feel the same way about the way WWE did it when it was drastically different and a lot less effective.
If he tries to say that this was good, then he's out of his fucking mind, and he already is. We already know not to take him seriously because of his level of bias on literally everything. But if anybody tries to pretend that this was like a good debut, they're fucking stupid. It made no sense.
All right, overall grade for the pay-per-view. What are we giving it? 5 matches. It was only a 5-match pay-per-view. It felt like it went on forever.
It did. C+. It wasn't bad, but no, you know what? I'll go a little bit higher. I'll go B-, because it was like a passable pay-per-view. They were all good matches.
I'll go to B- like because of the 2 War Games matches. I'll go to B-.
There wasn't like a bad match
as well. I agree with you on that.
Just the 3 undercard matches were all so predictable, and then the War Games matches, nothing super crazy happened. It wasn't like the best War Games matches of all time or anything, but they were fine. Like, nothing got fucked up.
Yeah, and you know what I would have liked to have seen in there, though, is a couple. I would like to have seen a couple minutes shaved off the the Rhea match, the Gunther match, and the Santos match, and had a traditional 4-on-4 Survivor Series match with your LA Knights and your Jimmy Usos and your Solo Sikoas and shit like that, got left off this fucking card with a shit ton of star power for no other reason than that we have to have 2 fucking War Games matches take fucking a shit ton of time.
It is pretty funny that you've got Roman Reigns as the 3 belt holding single champion and not even on one of the big 4 pay-per-views. That's fucking crazy.
The second longest pay-per-view in their history after WrestleMania. That's crazy. Not even there. Like, you couldn't even put him on a team of 4 people. It could have been him, Solo, Jimmy, and fucking Paul Heyman for all I care, against LA Knight and find 3 other people. Like legit. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, because he could have done what, KO.
Yeah, KO and New Day maybe. Something like that.
New Day. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of New Day, any word on Big E ever fucking returning? Like, I know he's
I heard it
pretty
wasn't.
much good
I heard
now.
it wasn't looking good, honestly.
Yeah. Sucks. I
Right.
think he'd be a good commentator though.
Yeah. B- for the Survivor Series War Games
Can you imagine him
2023.
and Taz in a fucking booth?
Let's
Jesus
move.
Christ.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, speaking of Taz and Big E and all that, dude, Randy Orton looks like he's 5 pounds away from the meat division.
Oh yeah, man, he's looking jacked, baby.
He was a thick boy.
That's a lot of time off with a lot of TRT, so he's good to go. That man looked fucking huge.
TRT, that means turkey for all you little kids out there watching.
Yeah,
a lot of turkey.
Eat your turkey if you want to get big and strong.